Another thing I think is funny. This doesn't really have anything to do with NASCAR. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Like, it's funny from a blindness perspective, but y'all will probably think it's funny too. So, the guy who, I don't remember his title, but the guy who on Twitter who brought up this whole spiel about I almost called it Nationwide series. Oh, brother Amy, you have gone way back in time now. The O'Reilly series and the need to maybe give it its own identity with the crossover vehicles. His name is John, I think it would be pronounced Prop. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's Probst. Prost? Maybe the B is silent. I don't know. But anyways, voiceover leaves the T silent, so it comes out as probs, which y'all know is short for problems. Well, it's funny because he certainly created an unnecessary problem for our series. So I think it's funny, but it so I'm just gonna call him Probs. John Probs. You're welcome for your for all the people who think he's an idiot now for wanting to have the crossover vehicles. You can now take my joke and run with it. But you'll have to remember how it's explained, though, because I'm not taking credit for you just calling him names for no reason, even though I technically just did that. The other thing that happened this week didn't happen today, but why don't we have a discussion about the crossover utility vehicles coming to NASCAR possibly? It's a huge controversy on social media right now, apparently. It gets tons of comments. I Okay, y'all. So I get their point. I do. I get their point that the O'Reilly series doesn't really have an identity other than its current title sponsor. Like it was the Bush series, it was the Nationwide series, it was the Xfinity series, now it's the O'Reilly series. There may have been others in there, I don't know. It doesn't have, like, we don't usually say the Craftsman Truck series. They do on the TV and the radio because I guess, they got to give the sponsor a shout out. But fans like me, we just call it the Truck series. So it has its own identity. So I get the desire for that. I don't think I know for sure I do not want electric vehicles. So if the crossover vehicles that they're talking about are electric, heck no. Like, no, no, no. And I remember back in the day where they're like, well, we'll just give it some pre recorded sound. So you still have your race cars. No, we do not want fake or somebody called it canned sound. We don't want that. We want the real loud, noisy engines. None of this, like, audio recordings. Really? No. Stupid. I don't know about the type of vehicle. And I know there's always, like they said on Sirius XM, one of those shows, there's always unintended consequences, so you never quite know what you're going to get. But if they somehow were able to give us the same quality of racing that we have now, maybe those vehicles wouldn't be bad because they would have their own series. I mean, it seems kind of weird. Like, I don't know. I really want to go back in time, to be honest. Back to 94 or whenever it was when they first had the very first truck race to see what everybody said. Like, did everybody fight that? Like, nobody wants to see a pickup truck race. That's not NASCAR. Like, I want to see if we would get the same comments. I'm really curious. But, I don't know. I get the desire for it to have its own identity. I'm just not sure that's the way to go. I also understand people who don't want it to change because they have a really good thing going for them right now. Why would you want to mess with that? It's not as supposedly as popular as the top tier. But somebody, I don't remember who said this. I think it was somebody on Sirius XM. It's only like within 7,000 people or percentage points or whatever from the Cup series, as meaning how many people watch it. So why would you mess with that? People love it. I mean, I'm one of them. I think I've always thought for the longest time that trucks and O'Reilly were better than Cup. And everything they've tried to do to the Cup series hasn't really helped. Like when this new car first came out, it did kind of level the playing field, but I think that was more because nobody knew anything about it. It wasn't like a few teams knew and nobody, no, it was like nobody really knew. But now that they do, we're back to where we were before, where there's a few good teams and everybody else is not. So it didn't really help everything that they did. Oh, and I hate the single lug nut. No, that's one my one of my favorite sound effects from NASCAR is the air guns when they're changing the tires. That is the coolest sound. I'd play it for you right now if I had the ability to do so. I love that sound. It's not the same when you only get one per tire. The sound isn't really even the same, but it's not. So you get that with the trucks and the Xfinity. That doesn't really have anything to do with anything, but I don't know. We don't want quiet cars and therefore probably not electric cars. We don't want, honestly, I don't think we want single lug nut cars either. Maybe some people do, but I don't. Hopefully they never bring that to the O'Reilly series. Parker Kligerman on Twitter made a post, and one of the things he pointed out was that a lot of the equipment that they currently use is becoming obsolete and very hard to find new parts. So they're going to eventually probably have to do something. They'll either have to conform to the current style of cup car and use older ones or something, because they're going to have to be able to get new parts. I don't know if I want them to do that, but I don't know if I want them to do the crossover vehicles either. And I definitely don't want electric vehicles. If you want to do electric vehicles, fine. Like I know there's the Formula E series. I've watched one. It's really, it's really weird to hear them talking and freaking out like lead changes or whatever, and you hear nothing, like no car noise. It's bizarre. It's like watching a bicycle race. It's really weird. So I but if you want electric vehicles, fine. Go have an electric vehicle series. But don't change one of your top 3 that is incredibly successful. Like look at the stands today. My dad said they look like they were a sellout crowd. Maybe they weren't. I didn't hear any announcements to that, or I guess I should say I didn't see any announcements to that. But don't change it when it's working. I don't know.